Have you come up with porque and wondered what the actual difference is? Stay tuned because in this video you will learn this and more with examples from your favorite movies and series. Let's go!
¿Nunca descubriste que era lesbiana?
No, ¿de acuerdo? ¿Por qué todos están obsesionados con eso?
¿Por qué todos están obsesionados con eso? Here, Ross wants to know why everyone is so obsessed about something. So he asks his friends through a direct question, starting with ¿por qué? Meaning, in this context, why. Note, por and que are separate when taking on this meaning, and the e includes a tilde or accent mark. A direct question, by the way, is a question that is asked directly to someone. It is usually introduced by an interrogative word such as qué, quién, cuándo, dónde, cómo, or por qué. Another example of a direct question is
¿Por qué no respondes a mi pregunta?
Note that direct questions in Spanish have question marks at both the beginning and the end, with the opening one being inverted. So don't forget about it when writing Spanish questions.
Jamás entenderé por qué les gusta saltar de un avión en perfecto estado.
Jamás entenderé por qué les gusta saltar de un avión en perfecto estado. In this clip, the plane, Mick, is wondering out loud why someone would jump out of a perfectly functioning plane. Notice that this is not a direct question, it is an indirect one. An indirect question is one that is embedded within a sentence and it is not written with question marks. Unlike direct questions that start with an interrogative word, indirect questions are simply another way of posing a question without actually asking it. In this clip, we can see that Mick is not directly asking why, but rather wondering out loud and expressing his confusion this way.
¿Por qué tan serio, hijo?
¿Por qué tan serio, hijo? Pay close attention at this iconic line because even though this ¿por qué? Is being used in a question with question marks, this is not a direct question but a rhetorical one. A rhetorical question is one that is asked without the expectation of an answer. It is used to make a point, to evoke emotion, or to create a sense of suspense, which, of course, the Joker loves. Another example would be ¿por qué alguien haría algo así?
Nerviosos. Ahora díganos, ¿por qué S.H.I.E.L.D. está usando el Tesseracto para crear armas de destrucción masiva?
Por culpa de él.
¿Por qué S.H.I.E.L.D. está usando el Tesseracto para crear armas de destrucción masiva? Por culpa de él. When asking a question that starts with ¿por qué?, you can answer in a variety of ways. In this case, as Banner asks Fury why S.H.I.E.L.D. is using Tesseract, Fury replies, por culpa de él. In this case, por outside the phrase por qué means because. But be careful because por is a word with a lot of meanings like for, by, through, and even to. For example,
Venga todos, brindemos por el senador.
if we click on por in this interactive subtitles, we can see that in the context of the toast, it means to, as in honor of. But in this other case,
Vale la pena derretirse por algunos.
if we click on por this time, we can see that it means for, like in this other video example with Shakira. By the way, this handy tool is FluentU, a great platform to learn Spanish with authentic videos. It features movie clips, TED Talks, music videos, and more. All videos in FluentU come with interactive subtitles that show you context-specific definitions along with video examples so that you really remember every single meaning of words like por. After each video, there's a quiz personalized to your level and speaking questions too so that you can practice everything that you've just learned, including pronunciation. If you're serious about learning Spanish, you can sign up for a free 14-day trial. And this is actually a great time to start because FluentU is currently on sale. Just click on the link in the description below.
Solo quiero volver a mi celda, porque en mi celda puedo fumar.
Solo quiero volver a mi celda porque en mi celda puedo fumar. So, por is not the only word that translates to because. Porque does too. Chandler and Joey are rehearsing lines, and Chandler explains the reason why he wants to go back to his cell, because there he can smoke. Porque can be used to introduce a reason or explanation for something, to justify something, or to provide a cause or motive. So, it is a common way to answer a question asked with por qué, but also a common way to begin other types of sentences. For example, porque no quiero que te pierdas ningún video, te recomiendo suscribirte. If you never want to miss any of our videos, like our upcoming one about learning Spanish with Stranger Things, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Imaginé que estaría bien contigo porque no le ha molestado, Ethan.
Imaginé que estaría bien contigo porque no le ha molestado a Ethan. Porque can also be used to tie two ideas together, like in this case where Aurora is telling Chandler why she thought she could be with him. Her excuse, porque no le ha molestado a Ethan, is an example of a subordinate clause. A subordinate clause is a clause that cannot stand alone. It needs to be combined with another clause, called the main clause, to form a complete sentence. In this case, the main clause would be imaginé que estaría bien contigo. And the subordinate clause, as I said, is porque no le ha molestado a Ethan. As you can see, the second statement relies on the first one to make sense in the context of the conversation.
No voy a perder mi oportunidad de cruzar el puente porque tú quieres vivir una absurda fantasía musical.
No voy a perder mi oportunidad de cruzar el puente solo porque tú quieres vivir una absurda fantasía musical. The expression solo porque means just because. It is used to express that something is not true or valid simply because of a certain reason. In this scene, Miguel and Hector are having an argument, and Hector states that he is not willing to miss his chance to cross the bridge just because Miguel wants to live a musical fantasy. If you want to keep practicing later, we've made you a free PDF with all the vocabulary we're learning today. All you need to do is click on the link in the description of this video to get it.
Su padre fue baleado mientras usted estaba en la ducha. Pero usted no escuchó el disparo porque... usted estaba en la ducha.
Su padre fue baleado mientras usted estaba en la ducha, pero usted no escuchó el disparo porque usted estaba en la ducha. Porque is a word that comes in handy when trying to draw conclusions in a variety of ways. For example, you can use porque to introduce evidence that supports a conclusion, just like Elle did in court. You can also use porque to draw logical conclusions, such as el auto está mojado porque llovió. Or you can also use it to draw conclusions based on experience, such as estoy aprendiendo porque he estudiado mucho. Knowing how to use porque and porque in daily conversations is just as important as knowing how basic conversations are structured in Spanish. Let's now dive into this video where we will keep learning practical Spanish vocab with more scenes from your favorite movies and TV shows.